This is the Dawson tool belt by yours truly. It is a Diamondback brand, and it is the one belt you'll need for every trade, whether you're an electrician, a finish carpenter, a framer. I don't really care what you are. This tool belt will fit your needs. Now I'm gonna put it on just because it's easier for me to kind of show you what this system is. So first, let's just start with the belt. The belt is a tempo belt, and I'll actually show you the back side. Here on the back is Velcro, and I'll squash any concerns about the Velcro. I'm not sure if it's legitimately military grade Velcro, but I have never once had this Velcro go out. Now, I have my first Diamondback tool belt, which is about 7 years old now, and the Velcro is still strong as it was day one. So if you have any concerns with the Velcro, take it from me. I will guarantee your Velcro will not be the issue if you ever have any issues. Now, here on the back, you can see that these two sides of my belt are separate. Okay, now you might be like, that's kind of pointless. What's the point? Well, here's the thing. Our waists aren't perfectly symmetrical, if you will, right? I got a little bit of a gluteus maximus on me, you know what I'm saying? And obviously my belt's gonna ride higher in the back, and it's gonna come down lower in front of my belly, right? So if you get a belt that's just straight across, it's gonna kind of sag in the front, or it's gonna push that belt buckle of your belt up into your stomach. Neither one of those scenarios are good. This gives you the ability, hopefully you can see it, I have it tapered down. So it's high on my back, but the belt's gonna taper down around my hips, which is actually gonna help distribute that weight to where it's gonna be a lot more comfortable for me to wear. So I'll show you that when I put that on here. Oops. When I put this belt on, you'll see I have it on, it's super comfortable. It sits here on my lower back, which is very important. You can see this is where my actual pant belt is, and this sits right above that, and it's not pushing on my pants. It's not riding on my actual pants belt, which is a lot of issues that people have with your other belt brands, is it starts pushing on your pants, your belt buckle rides on your belt buckle, it's not comfortable. The next aspect of Diamondback is they put their belt buckle off-centered. I know, I never thought about it until I saw it, but this belt buckle isn't in line with this belt buckle. So here's the center line of my body. You can see that this belt buckle is over here off to my left. So that way I don't have belt buckle stacking problems, pinch zones, all that other good garbage that we deal with other belts. The other thing is there's a very easy release. I just squeeze that and it pops off, which is pretty awesome. So that's the belt. I mean, the belt's just very comfortable. You can get some lumbar support inserts to make it more rigid or more soft, depending on what you want. It's up to you. The other aspect that I love about this belt, my sprinklers just turned on, is that it's interchangeable, and you can add as many accessories as you want or as few accessories as you want. So the Dawson system itself, which by the way is linked below if you want to go buy one, comes with a DB sack. I live and breathe DB sacks. Okay, these are sacks that have a clip on them. They can clip onto your belt. They can clip on up top. They can clip on wherever you want. A lot of times I might even just use a DB sack. If I'm just hand nailing something, I'll grab a hammer and a DB sack. Or if I'm doing screws, I'll grab a screw gun and a DB sack. A DB sack is a must. The Dawson system comes with a DB sack. I think it's one of the only systems that comes with a DB sack, if I'm not mistaken. So that's just awesome to have. I always have that. So the reason this belt is so versatile is because if I need to carry, I was doing a fence the other day, if I need to carry nails more than 4 racks, right, which I can put in this pouch here if I want to, I can stack this up with a ton of nails. I mean, you won't have to come down off that roof for, 4 hours to get more nails, because you can stack this thing up and be, throwing racks on racks on racks. So that's a huge thing about the DB sack. If you're doing metal roofing, if you're doing finished carpentry, you can stack this with whatever you want. They also come in a smaller size, which I'll be honest, I use this for a cup holder more than anything. But if you want to just do some pin nails, or you got something small that you want to keep with you, you can use a small DB sack, which can also go on this side, if I can get it on there. boom, or put it out here if you want to, boom, or put it on your back pocket if you want to. But regardless, you're able to bulk this up depending on what you're doing. If you're out framing, you put 2 big DB sacks on there, you got some racks, you got some OSB clips, whatever it is, you're ready to go. If you're going inside to do interior work and you don't need all this storage, you take that off, and now you're able to get through doorways without having to worry about your hammer slapping things or anything like that. So that's the versatility. I think this thing's gonna spray me here in a second. All right, so now I wanna dive into just the overall utility of just the system with none of these extra DB sacks and whatnot. So on this side, I have a hammer holster. Now I have a finished hammer in here now, but this hammer holster holds a framing nailer or a framing hammer, what Martinez, whatever hammer you have, it fits right in here. And it's awesome. What I love about it is it's not hanging on the outside. It's not flapping in the back. I don't like things on the back because sometimes when I'm going through things, it can get caught. If I'm climbing down through some rafters, I don't like my hammer being back there. Here, it's close to my body. It's not getting caught on anything. I absolutely love it. The other side that comes with the Dawson is a flat bar holster. Now, if you're doing finish work, sometimes I throw in a finish square or whatever you guys want to call this. I don't know what you call it. Or I'll have a cat's paw in there. Or sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I might throw, this cat paw is all broken. I'll throw an actual flat bar in here. Forgot to take this out. It's not sticking out anywhere. It's still very slender. I'm not having to worry about bulking up if I'm doing interior work. Now, this is always a pain to take with you. When you have your other older or cheaper tool belt systems, carrying a flat bar with you, some people will throw it in their bag upside down. It's a hazard. It falls out. This is awesome. Always flip this that way though, because I've done it the other way on accident and it'll get you. So this way, I can carry whatever I want, whether it be a finished square, whether it be a cat's paw. That's not a finished square. What do you call that? It's called a straight edge, I guess, technically. A cat's paw, whatever you need. Cat's paw on this side, flat bar on this side, hammer on this side. You're ready to get work done. You're not having to put things in some weird way. It's easy to access. I also love that if I'm bending down, I can still access this hammer in and out without anything being a problem. So, again, this is the Dawson. I designed this to work in any scenario, whether you're on a roof or you're in a kitchen. So the next thing is you have your tape measure holder on either side. I always use this side for my phone, this side for my tape measure. It just is what it is. Now, I tend to have my tape measure and my square on the same side. I don't know why. I think because I pull this out and then I don't know why. Usually people have it on separate sides. You can. It has a spot for it on this side. It's however you want to configure it. For some reason, I just like having them on this side because this is usually my daily side. So I'll put, if I need it, a chalk box in here. I'll put some screws here. I'll put whatever my daily need is on this side. And my never changing side is this side, which has my tape measure, my square. It has, what else does it have in here? It's got my torpedo lever. What I love about this system is it's interchangeable. You'll never grow out of it. You have your belt system, you have your pouches. You can add on as much as you want. You can take off as much as you want. So this is another tape measure holder if you want that, or maybe I've used it a couple times as a chalk box holder. If I just got too much stuff going on, sometimes I'll just throw my chalk box here. If we're doing a bunch of like framing and we're doing a lot of sheathing, I'll throw my chalk box in there. That way I just have it. It's easy access. I don't have to dig in here. This is another sheath. I'll be honest with you, I've never used it. You could use it for, you could use it for anything. If you're doing insulation, you could put an insulation knife in there. It's got this Teflon thing, so you're not going to cut it, so you can put knives in there, pliers. If you're an electrician, you probably have more stuff that you can use. But again, you can attach it to your belt. Here is a hammer loop. If you do like your more traditional hammer loop, you can still do a hammer loop and you can hook it on the back. You're not stuck if you don't like it. So there's so many different ways to change this. Here's a little additional thing. So this one I've actually used a few times, and I use it for when I'm doing stuff around the house. If I'm hanging pictures, if I'm just going to do some little stuff, I'll throw this in here. I'll put a hammer in here. I'll grab a DB sack or two and hook it on here. And sometimes I'll just hook this onto my pant belt, or sometimes I'll hook it onto this belt and take this off. And that way I just have a slender hammer holster, some place for some nails. Maybe I'll throw something in here and there. Whatever it is, it's universal, guys. It's crazy how easy all of this works. You guys know I'm a firm believer in DB sacks. There's not many days where I don't pull out a DB sack, whether it's for a bag of sunflower seeds, whether it's for some nails, screws. My daughters sometimes take these and put toys in them and go on a hike, or they'll put their water bottle in them. I mean, I got DB sacks on DB sacks on DB sacks on DB sacks on DB sacks. I got my big DB sack. I got my little DB sack. I love DB sacks. You can't go wrong with them. If you don't want the Dawson, at least grab yourself some DB sacks. Again, guys, this is just a quick rundown, or maybe not so quick at this point, a quick rundown of, where'd my hammer go? I don't know where I put my hammer. This is a quick rundown of the Dawson system. Again, the link is below. I promise you guys, you grab this, you're gonna be happy. This is something that a dad who just likes to do work around the house, or has some side projects that he does, or a professional contractor that's framing houses or building barns, or whatever it is, an electrician, a finish carpenter, whatever it is, this system, the Dawson, if you just buy the Dawson raw, it will suit your needs. I promise you that. Now, some people have asked, can you put suspenders on the Dawson? Absolutely. Let me throw them on real quick. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't done suspenders in a while, just because I'm not on the job as regularly as I used to be. I'm not working those 8-hour with my tool bags type of days, so the suspenders don't get as much use as they used to. But again, if you're out here and you want to use these, I did when I was building this house, I used suspenders a lot, and I'll show you why I use them, especially these suspenders, because they're some of the most comfortable suspenders. When you put these on, I think the last time I wore this, I was wearing a big winter jacket. But when you put your suspenders on, what I love to do, if I'm working 8-hour days and I'm doing something slow, I love being able to unbuckle my belt and get a little belly breather, because I mean, if you're a framer, you kind of know. Sometimes you just want to get that off of your stomach. If you want to kind of air out and dry off a little bit. Sometimes I'll walk around just like this. If I'm not moving too crazy, I'll put my suspenders on and I'll unbuckle it just to kind of get that pressure off my stomach. And then if I need to, I'll just buckle back up. But overall, the suspenders are super comfortable. When you do put them on, make sure you cross them in the back. They have the best suspenders that I've ever used out of the Occidental, or I had some, what is it? AMP or AWP or AMP, whatever those Home Depot ones are. These suspenders are actually comfortable. You can wear them all day long. What I love about it is to loosen them, pull down on these, you can loosen it. Now they're loose, tighten them up, boom. One of the biggest issues with other suspenders, having to latch them. And you guys know, I used to do construction in California. You start out in the morning wearing a hoodie because it's freezing in the morning, and then by 11 o'clock it's warm, so you're taking a hoodie off, so you got to readjust your suspenders. But then by 5 o'clock it's getting cold again, so you're putting your hoodie back on. So what I love about these is it's super easy to adjust with whatever you end up putting on or taking off or whatever it is. I feel like I'm like fanboying over this like it's my child, and I'm so proud of it, but I really am proud of this system, guys. It's the Dawson system. It's got 5-star reviews. People absolutely love it. You can check it at the link below. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you may already have one. Let me know if you have one. Let me know how you're liking it, how you're using it, how you have it set up. If you guys want to, I'd love for you guys to make videos and let me know how you've set up the Dawson, because it's just, the Dawson is awesome. That's all I got to say, man. Let me know if you get it. If you don't have it, go get it. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next video. Much love.